All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Are They Hacking or Do You Just Suck? Um, in this episode, we're going to be looking after this person right here, Satire. Now, with all of these matches, these are demos of matches that I have played personally, along with a few of my friends occasionally. And anytime that we have someone that does suspicious things, I download the demo and review it. I have come across so many blatant hackers of all different types throughout looking through these videos, and you would never even think it. They're down in the 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K, 6K. They are in every single rank. So whenever you run into someone that says, "Oh, they're not going to be, wall hacking. They're only at 3K." I got news for you. They're everywhere. So what we're going to do is look through this demo focusing on satire and looking at satire's engagements. And I'll let you guys decide. So let's start it out here. All right, so here's the beginning of the round. We've started it up. We're just going to go through here and speed through this stuff. And we'll see what happens. Now, whenever we do get into an engagement or anything that looks a little fishy, we'll slow it down just to see here. So here's an engagement coming up. What we're looking for is crosshair training, things like that. What I mean by crosshair training is like someone setting their crosshair on the opposite team member before they ever come around. But look at that. See that? That's suspicious right there. Now, I'm sure that someone on his team called out that they're pushing A, but look at that. You see the crosshair training on those characters right there. I've never seen what it looks like to wall hack. I've seen a YouTube short that showed something that looked like stick figures, but this guy's already starting off on the wrong path. Now, as you can see, you don't have to be good at the game to be a hacker. In fact, a lot of people buy the hacks because they suck at the game. So this might be one of those cases, but I'm not going to call it out. I'm just going to say whether it looks bad or whether it looks good. So let's see here. Wow, he's just toggling. Not toggling, but wiggling, sorry. All right. Good angle setup. Nice shot. Another nice shot. Now let's see if he follows him over. Now it's normal to be going back and forth when they're on a site like this, but I mean, that could just be that he's a really good player. I don't know. Like I said, the most suspicious part was when he had his crosshair trained on people coming down long to A while they were on the other side. I mean, I can't really think of many reasons to do that. So let's see what we got here. Obviously, he's going to be taken off. So one of the advantages that people use wall hacking for in radar hacking is to see where the bulk of other players are going so they can help direct their team to the other site and so on and so forth. So let's see what this engagement is. Nothing suspicious yet. All right, good kill. And an even better death. So let's fast forward through this round, let it go. All right, so we're going to slow it down right here, and let's get back on our guy, Satire. Bring it back up to regular speed. And it looks like he's not going to get a kill this round. It looks like he's just going to die this round. And I have a lot of people that say, hey, man, if this guy's wall hacking, why is he so easy to kill? Once again, the hacking game is about winning matches in Premiere and stuff like that. So You don't have to be a badass all the time. You can just be a badass occasionally as long as you're winning. So let's slow this down a little bit and see where he puts his crosshair. So he's obviously looking left and right. And if he looks left again, kind of like through the wall, that would be a big deal. That's not what I mean. Alright, that's just a death, just like we said. We can see the little icons down on the bottom. The skulls are for the deaths, and the crosshairs are for the kills, so that's kind of what we're looking at. So he's got a kill coming up here, so let's fast forward it, and let's just watch up to the, you know, right at the engagement and prior to it. Alright. So, whole team's out. A, he's watching cat. Completely normal behavior. Once again, nothing suspicious about that. That was a good shot. That was a good play, so. That's it for this engagement. We might slow down a little bit and see if he tries to shoot through a wall or something like that, so. There's just one guy with an op, and he's going to be saving it. Alright, this is going to be another engagement where he dies. Completely normal behavior. Nothing weird about that. Getting shot in the head. Nothing weird about that. Alright, so let's go ahead and speed up past this because we're not looking about the rest of the team. We're not seeing what everybody else does. We're only worried about him because this was the person that was getting the most flack for being a potential hacker. So let's see what we got here. So we've got a couple kills, and it looks like maybe a 3K and then a death coming up here. So let's get through here. So let's see, a deagle only. I mean, if you're good with it, you're good with it. See, this is what's suspicious to me, and I'll back it up here for just a quick second. Let me hit this back a couple seconds. So now if you watch this, instead of like... Oh, well, we changed it. Hold on. There he is. Where's he at? There we go. That was my bad. So if we watch this, this is where it gets kind of suspicious. Right here. So instead of picking an angle, I'm going to slow it down. Instead of picking an angle... He just kind of focuses in between the engagements of other people, right there in the center. See how he's like in the center? I mean, he's got his teammates down there at the doors. Or not at the doors, but he's got his teammates down the other side. And it's just a weird place to look. But usually I've seen a lot of hackers, a lot of wall hackers, they'll do that. They'll put their cursor in the middle of everything so they can get an idea. So let's watch this engagement. Is he going to shoot him through the smoke, or is he going to wait for him to come out? Alright, good. I mean, good tactics. Nothing weird here. Oof. That was almost a double. That would have been cool. There's another train. Look, he just keeps training. It could be accidental, but, I mean, look at that. He keeps... You can tell he's pausing. There's these slight pauses directly in the silhouette of the opposing character. But once again, these guys aren't there to win everything all the time. They're just there to have that advantage. So why is he trained there? Does he know that there's someone in the smoke? Maybe. We shall see. Let's speed this up a little bit. I don't want to be on that too long. Oof, rough. There it is. Good way to end that one. So we're going to push through this until the end of the round. Now, once again, these people aren't specifically cheating. These are just people that have been called out for cheating. Not through the chat, but just through comms and stuff and different situations where people notice, you know, hey, something's not quite right. So he's going to die in this next engagement. This is where we really want to look. It's in the smoke and in places like that that you really get to see whether or not someone's hacking. I don't know. I mean, that looks like a good point towards maybe not. Oh. We accidentally skipped forward an engagement, which is fine because he dies in this one. Now we're just going to speed through it. So he dies here. Let's get back. There he is again. He's going to die in these engagements, but we're still going to take a second and we're going to look for like suspicious behavior. I am fully aware that, you know, you can turn these hacks, some of these hacks you can turn off and on like as you're playing, which I know a lot of people do. When times get tough, they'll switch them on and then just go crazy with it just so that they can get the advantage, you know. Okay, let's slow it down. Get back on that one. Alrighty. He's gonna die in this one too. There's a lot of deaths coming up. But then once again, this is about watching the behavior throughout the entire match. Let's speed this up. There you go. Good kill. Let's get through this round. Alright, let's slow back down and get back over here to Satire and see what we got going on. Alright, he's going to get a kill in this one. It's back on the old Desert Eagle. Let's see what he's got here. So there's the opposing team. Let's see here what we got. I don't know. This one looks that. So that right there is what looks less legitimate. And I'm going to take it back just a tick so that we can watch that again. Watch this, and I'll pause it. You can watch. After he gets clipped a little bit, like he gets clipped right here. Right there, he gets clipped. Now, watch. Look at that crosshair placement. Watch, and then he backs up and straightens it out again. I'm going to pause it right there. Look at that, right on the head. And then he scoots out. Boom, headshot. That's a little suspicious to me. Is it wall hacks? I don't know. But we can speed this up here just a second and get through here because this next engagement's a kill. He dies, so... But we can see. I mean, does he set up through the smoke? Is he playing dumb? We don't know. It's so hard to tell because a lot of these guys will get a kill, and as long as they get one kill for each round, they're usually pretty happy. Sometimes they're happy if they get two, so I've seen people go and get 2 rounds or 2 kills for a round and then run out and just look up at the sky and die. It's pretty crazy. Speed through this. Alright, so there's that. Alright, there we are. Now we're on the T side. Satire's on the T side. So let's see what they got going on here. And it looks like he's got a pretty good kill streak coming up here. He dies once, twice, dies three or four more times. Yeah, maybe 4 or 5. So let's see. So another thing that's kind of weird about him, Satire, is he's always idle at the beginning of the round for a little bit. And then he comes in. And like I said, I don't know much about the hacks and stuff like that. I literally have never even looked into it. But I have noticed that a lot of people, that they have 2 things in common. One, they're always idle at the beginning of the round for a couple seconds. And then they do some crazy stuff. So here's another one that's kind of weird. You know, obviously he's strafing off to the side. I don't know if he gets the kill there. Let's see. Yeah, I think he goes back for the kill. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You be the judge. Speed this up. This is a death for him. I mean, weird thing to do to be watching Cat when you can hear someone to your right. You know what I mean? When you can hear someone running around on site to your right, why would you be watching Cat for someone that hasn't even come out yet? Right? Very strange. Okay, let's get back to our guy. Boom, there it is. Come on now. So, once again, idle for a couple seconds before the round starts. And I'm going to have to look into it. I'm going to have to see how the different hacks are configured, how people turn them off and on, how they toggle them. I've heard toggling all the time, but I've never actually seen what it looks like. I saw one YouTube video of a guy that got caught, and he had like a panel up, and it had a bunch of like different just click boxes where you could just adjust like the percentage of your aim hacks and the percentage of different things. Like, I don't know if that's real or if that's just a video. All right, I mean, good shot. That was a fine shot. I didn't see anything wrong with that. Nothing suspicious, but it's not up to me. It's up to you. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Good smoke to cover your tracks. I mean, obviously we can hear people back there, you know, reloading weapons and stuff, so we know that there's people coming, so it's not strange for him to be turned around watching. That's probably the worst thing ever, is to get shot with your own gun. Oh, that was a great Molotov. Great Molly. Alright, let's see when his next engagement is. I don't know if it's here. Let's see. Yep, right? Well. Oh, excuse me. Let's see what we got. Nope, I guess we're already past the engagement. Let's see. Oh, still. Alright. Boom. Wow. Like a roller coaster ride. Nothing yet. So that's a point for maybe not having wall hacks on. I mean, that would be a pretty hard thing to not see. But once again, this guy, this I just call him guy. I don't know if it's a guy, but this individual has done a lot of really suspicious things. You know, crosshairing on people before they come around walls, things like that, crosshairing through walls on the other side of the map, and things like that. So I don't know if he or she is turning these things on, turning them off, you know, picking around like every other round turns them on. I don't know. Like, I can only see what you guys are seeing. Let's see here. We don't have another kill engagement. Boom. So I'm fast forwarding through some stuff because I can't sit here. The video would be a half an hour long, which it's at 20 minutes already. Every single video I make would be a half hour long, and I don't want to do that to y'all. But I do want to kind of get an idea here. And a lot of these demos we're watching for the first time together. So I only slow the footage down when I think footage needs to be slowed down, but sometimes I get it wrong. So right now, not doing anything weird. Nothing out of the ordinary. Let's see, there's an engagement coming up here. Here we go. All right. So everybody knows where he's at. All right. There's that one. So he hasn't died for a while. Look at that money. 11,000. Woo, big baller. So I do feel like here towards the end of the round, once, you know, it looks like they might lose. I've noticed a lot of people go full hardcore with everything they've got as far as like hacking and macros towards the end. That right there, I'm not 100% sure whether or not that was it or not. Let's go ahead and back up. Let's take another look at that, and let's slow it down and let y'all be the judge. So we're just going to slow it down and watch for the crosshair placement. I mean, come on. Come on. I mean, come on. I don't know. Is it hacking? Is it not hacking? Is it just the most amazing crosshair placement and pre-checking corners that anyone's ever seen? I don't know. I don't know. I like this. I think he dies right here. What a way to die. Alrighty, let's get back to our individual that we are surveilling. Alright, here's where a few good kills come in. So if hacking is happening, it would probably be on this set of kills coming up, these next couple sets. So let's see. Now, of course, also look at that crosshair placement. That's something that's really concerning as well. So like right now, that's a good crosshair placement, waiting for somebody to come around the corner. Right, not a big deal. And then you throw that, and then all of a sudden, now your crosshair placement is just at the door. Alright, that's a giveaway, you know what I mean? When you shoot someone, you can see that someone's dead. Good grenade. Grenade kills are always my favorite. Alrighty. This looks like there's a few more engagements coming up with kills here, so let's see. I'm gonna slow this down. Oof. Now that one I will say is lucky. But I mean, Am I crazy? Was that just really, really good crosshair placement? Let's take a look at it again. Let's speed it back up. And then right here. So he sees him. Right there, boom. He sees him, and then he sets his crosshair up. Now, he could be setting it up as a guess, but look, it's perfect when he comes around. I don't know. Kind of suspicious to me. How very odd. Let's watch these next engagements and see what happens. Speeding it up, speeding it up. Uh-oh. Once again, I don't know. Like setting up for the headshot. I mean, I get it, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I know that everyone's setting up for good angles, but that person, the farther away they get from that door, the farther they get away, like back away from that corner, the placement of their head is going to change because they become a smaller target the farther away that they are. So the farther away that they get, unless they're going up a hill or something like that, if it's on a flat plane, their head should be at a lower position. And the closer they are, the higher position their head should be. So when you're coming around that corner, keeping one specific head height position, and you get the kill on that, that's what's suspicious about it. Because your head isn't the same height whether you're on the other side of the map or right next to somebody. If you're right next to somebody, their head is going to be a lot higher than it would be if they were far away. That's kind of one of the ways that you can tell when people are hacking when you're watching these videos and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't pass judgment. I don't know who's hacking or not, but I can tell you the game physics, what's possible, what's not possible, what looks suspicious and what doesn't look suspicious, right? So this right here, this angle hold is not a very odd, crazy thing to do. It's not a big deal. But let's see. I mean, undoubtedly, the crosshair placement is superb. And I hope it's natural. I hope this person is just that good, you know what I mean? But we're looking at it, satire. Where's satire? You know, almost 8K. You know, maybe. I mean, he's obviously got a very impressive inventory. So this is just a kill right here. Yep. So we'll fast forward through the end of this round. Alright, let's slow it down and get back over here. Alrighty. For the sake of time, trying to fast forward through things. We're already at 29 minutes now. Whew, that's a rough one. 30 minutes of watching this? I don't know if I could watch it for 30 minutes. Alright, so some of these are just characteristics of a really good player. I'm not going to lie. So in that particular instance, you know, he swung out. He saw that there was someone there. He set his crosshair up in the right place and set rounds down range at the right place. So it's just really difficult. It's really difficult to say. I'm just going to fast forward until we get up to some engagements. Wow, all the way through A without any engaging. Oh, yeah, I remember this part. It's almost too sad to watch in slow motion, but I think that we all deserve it. Let's get a little bit faster. It doesn't have to be that slow. Oh. 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 In the butt? It's almost like he knew we were going to be watching. Oh. Oh. Ouch. Nothing suspicious about that. That was an out in the open kill. How very odd. Oof. What a way to go. Now, there's still nothing for them to worry about. There's no reason to stress. You know, they've got overtime set in no matter what at this point. Yep. Alright, so what did Satire come out in? He came out in 28 kills and 15 deaths with a 67% headshot rating. 2600 in damage. So that's not too crazy, but still, I'll let you guys decide. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. That really helps me out. I can make more of these videos and review more of these people, and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.